Hey, boys and girls. How are we all doing? Coach John here. Coach John. I haven't told you about my two personalities yet. I always tell people I'm actually two people. I am Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica, but raised Canadian. So I've grown in Canada since I was 4 years old. So I say that I am Coach John the Canadian, and I am also the Melon Man. I'm also the Melon Man, the barefoot Jamaican, right? The fruitarian Jamaican. So these are the two personalities that I am. Sometimes I'm the Melon Man, and sometimes I'm Coach John. This morning in my studio, here I am, Coach John here with you this morning to introduce you to something very dear and personal to me. It's emotion. It's my exercise aspect of my program. It's the change of mind that I needed to make in my life to go from my bodybuilding, tear my body apart mentality to now into my loving myself, healing myself naturally with balance and love. That's how I think, speak, and act now, and that's also a part of my exercise, my movement. That's emotion. Now, emotion, it's an emotional healing program. It's a movement program. It's energy flow. It's an energy flow program where we're connecting to the natural flow of energy that is here. There is a universal energy. It's a loving energy, a loving force energy, and we have access to that energy. We can connect to that energy anytime, all of the time. It's always here. It's always present. It's always available to every single one of us. It's available to us in every single moment. And when I talk about the moment, I'm talking about non-linear time. We've been taught and kind of programmed by linear time, seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months. This is how we've been taught to work. This is how we generate dollars and accomplish tasks, generate funds, a consumerist society, make money for the man, right? This is how the world works. But in non-linear time, before there was clocks and minutes and days and hours and working hours and production and consumerism, marketing and sales, before we had a profit-driven society, there was still time then. And then time was measured really in moments. And a moment is nothing more than just an in-breath and an out-breath. You know, just breathing. Hey, brother. Well, just connecting to the in-breath and the out-breath is a moment. Every single in-breath, every single out-breath is a moment. Wherever you like, brother. Cool. Every single in-breath, every single out-breath is a moment. So, you know, we're just connecting to that universal energy. We're connecting to that universal energy. We're getting out of the thoughts of time, and we're stepping into the power of the moment. We're stepping into the power of the moment and collecting ourselves in the power of the moment with the breath. Because each breath is an in-breath and out-breath, is an engagement between you and your world. Every breath you take in, you're taking in the nourishing gift of oxygen, the loving gift of your world. And every exhale is a release of your carbon dioxide. Your interaction with your world internally is being released with each exhale. So each inhale and exhale is your engagement with your physical world. And the thoughts that you're thinking while you're engaging with your world are what's creating your reality. Now, if you want your reality to change, if you want to lose weight, if you want to heal pain, if you want to fix your relationship, if you want to make more money, you need to be thinking about abundance of all of these things. Abundance of love, abundance of health, abundance of wealth, abundance of joy, abundance of freedom, the things of your true essence, the things of your higher self, the things of your highest frequency, your greatest health. Those are the thoughts that we want to bring into the mind. And that's not the thoughts that most people are thinking about on a day-to-day basis, on a moment-to-moment basis. Most people are thinking about their problems. Most people are thinking about what they got to do. Right? They get stuck in, as soon as the alarm gets up in the morning, they're already into, I got to do this and I got to do that. I got to do this and I got to do that. I got to be here and I got to be there. I got to do this for this person. I got to do this for that person. Or I got to fix this, or I got to fix this, or something that happened in the past. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry about that. Or what do I got to do in the future? What do I got to do today? What do I got to get ready for work? I got to get this ready. I got to get that ready. It's time for breakfast. It's time for lunch. It's time for coffee. It's time for dinner. It's time for a glass of wine before bed. We're just going programmed from one thing to another thing to another thing. And it doesn't really need to be that way. It doesn't need to be that way. And it really shouldn't be that way. What needs to happen is, first thing in the morning, we got to stop. We got to stop trying to do as soon as the alarm goes. We got to stop trying to do things, and we need to take a moment to spend some time to be things. Not do things, spend some time to be things. So being, first of all, we're beings of energy, and we need to connect to that energy. And we affect our energy by the things that we think, first of all. We affect our energy by our physical body. We affect ourselves by our emotional body. How we're feeling. What we're thinking precedes how we're feeling. It's a cause and effect universe. Every cause has an effect. If you're thinking something, you're going to have a feeling as a result. If you're thinking about the problem, you're going to have a feeling result. So solving the problem by thinking about it is going to get more of the same energy of the problem. Okay, you can't solve a problem by using the same energy that created it. You've got to solve a problem with an alternative energy. You need to solve a problem with not the thought of the problem. You need to solve the problem with an alternative thought. A higher thought will solve a problem. A higher thought will solve a problem, not the same thought. This is how most people are interacting, on the same level, and we're having fights this way. Black lives matter, all lives matter. We're fighting like this. We're never going to win this way. There has to be a higher thought. There has to be a higher thought. Else we just go back and forth, husband and wife fighting forever. Two opposing energies. There's always going to be two opposing energies here in a world of duality. This is the reality of duality. You cannot have one over top of the other. One can't be good and the other one is bad. It cannot be good and bad, because then the fight goes on forever. It is good and it is bad. Understand that the day and the night makes the whole. You cannot have the day without the night, or the night without the day. That's not unconditional love. That's conditional love. The universe is built on unconditional love. Does it make sense? It's not on a good guy and a bad guy. There's not two forces. There's not two forces at the back of the universe. There is one force at the back of the universe. One all-creative force. It's a loving force. It comes here into the physical as two. So we think and see things as two. But don't understand that the force in the back is two. Okay? There's only one force of love back there that's coming here and creating two opposing energies. That maybe appear that one is good and the other is bad. This is not the case. This is a misperception of the truth, and this misperception is causing a lot of problems. That there's only one good part of life and another part is bad. Like if I'm hungry, it's bad. Sometimes we have to be hungry, sometimes we have to be sad. Sometimes we have to feel anger, sometimes we have to feel pain. The shadow is a part of the game. First thing in the morning when we begin our day, we have to begin with the right thoughts and the right words. Intentions. Intentions create our reality. If we want to have a different circumstance coming into our reality, we have to think something different. We have to think about something different. So we got to get a new idea inside of our head in order for us to be inspired, moving into a higher space, moving into spirit. Spirit is of higher frequency. We are physical beings. We are mental beings. We are spiritual beings, our higher self. We're talking about the things of the higher self. The higher thoughts lead into the higher concepts, the higher energies, and higher than that still, the spirit space of higher frequency than thought. So physical body, lowest frequency density, meat, flesh, meat, most dense, body fat, gristle, meat and fat, most dense, the heaviest, most dense bits of humanity, of life, meat, right? And then less dense, water, less dense, fruits and vegetables, less dense foods, emptiness, no food at all. Connected now only to the energy of the universe. No food energy, just connecting to the energy of the universe. Just feeling the energy within me, finding the energy within me. The energy within me, thought energy. What is thought? How do you feel thought? It's the beginning of physical. It's just the concept. You can't feel it yet. It's not physical yet. But in order to get it to physical, it starts as a thought. It always started as an idea. Right? First the light bulb was an idea, and then the light bulb became a reality. It has to always start with a concept. So the first concept in my mind, I want to start my day. I want to create an awesome day today. Does anybody want to have an awesome day today? If you want to have an awesome day, right? You have to think it, and then you gotta say it. Do you want to have an awesome day today? You want to have an awesome day in the back. If you guys want to have an awesome day, you gotta participate. If you want to have an awesome day, say it in the chat. If you want to have an awesome day, send me an email, send me a text message. If you want to have an awesome day, leave me a comment today and tell me you want to have an awesome day. As long as you made a commitment and action, then you're a part of this. This is a healing circle. I have infinite power in me, You all have infinite power in you. As we bring our power collectively with thought and word, as you make yourself accountable to me, to this healing circle, you are a part of it. If you want to have an awesome day today, reach out to me today and let me know you want to have an awesome day. Make yourself accountable to me. This is what it is. We first think and speak about what we're trying to create. I want to create an awesome day. I want to create a pain-free body. I want to be mobile. I want to be active. I want to be energetic today. Right? I'm thinking about it. I want to be lean and strong. I want to be happy and healthy. I want to love myself. I want to love my wife and my children. I want to love my clients. I want to love my food. I want to love the way I feel today. I want to love the way the energy I have. I want to love the way I sleep today. I want to love the way I treat my kids today. I want to love the time that I spend with my children. I want to spend some time with my wife today. I would love to do that. Most importantly, I want to love myself. Priority number one, I want to love myself first. I want to love myself first, and then I want to love everyone else as I love myself. It's the golden rule. And it's the first rule of emotion. Love yourself first. And then love your brother, your neighbor, your mother, your sister, your child, as you love yourself the same way. So we begin by loving ourselves first thing in the morning. The first thing, we wake up, we're just first in bed, we're not jumping up with doing. First thing we're doing, we're thinking, we're assessing, doing a little assessment of the circumstance, of the situation, of our life, of our day, of ourself. We need to start with an honest assessment of self. This is what's going on. This is what's happened to me. This is where I am. And that's what's happened, okay? I gotta accept myself. This is where I am. I gotta give myself a hug. This is where I am. And then I gotta make an intention about where I wanna go. Okay, this is where I am. But where do I want to go? So I do an assessment first thing in the morning. That's what happened yesterday. This is what's going on. This is how I'm feeling. Okay. But you know what? Give myself a hug. That's great. Here's where we're going. Intention. It's a thought to go forward from wherever I am. Acceptance of what I've got. Embrace it. Give it a hug. Okay. Dust myself off, but where am I going? I got to think and speak about my goal. What do I want? So goals for myself. Goals, first of all, to love me entirely. Love everything about me. Know everything about me. I'm not ashamed of it. I've shared it. I made myself vulnerable. I put it out there and I embrace it and I say, this is how I am. This is what's happened. This is how I've been. This is what's happened. I'm okay with it, I accept it, and I'm making some change. This is how I want it to change. I want to love me. I want to love all me. I want to forgive myself. I want to forgive all others. I want to love the people closest to me, my wife, my children. And not just love them, like how do I want my relationship with my wife? Not how is it? How do I want it? How would I want it to be? And if I don't know how I want it, how would I want it to feel? Just imagine. This is a big part. This is a big part of creating something. Imagination. Before I can have it the way I want it, I gotta imagine it into my reality. Right? It starts with intention. And next is imagination. I got to create this. I want to create this. This is what it would look like. Imagination. Imagine it. right? Intentions, imagination, first thing in the morning. This is me being. This is me creating. This is me loving me. This is me creating the day that I want, imagining it, thinking about it, speaking about it, at least in my mind, speaking about it openly. The voice carries something. You make yourself accountable. When you say your voice, you tell somebody else, that makes you accountable. Then you got to take action steps. Now, what am I going to do to make that happen? How am I going to make today my best day? Well, I'm going to do some thoughts first thing in the morning. Then I'm going to get myself moving first thing in the morning. Then I'm going to eat the right energy food during my day. I'm going to be breathing and intentional during my day. Intentional about what I'm thinking. Because my thoughts create my feelings. So I'm going to be thinking about the things that I should be, that I want to be, to create the feelings that I want. It's a cause and effect universe. I'm in charge. I need to change my habits and my behaviors. I need to become aware of what I'm thinking, saying, and doing. To change my habits, to change my energy, change my frequency, change my life. I've got to become aware of what I'm doing. Exercise, nutrition, thoughts, words, intentions, imaginations. Thoughts, intentions, imaginations. Words. What I'm saying. We're getting intentional. First thing in the morning, we got to think and speak about what we want to start it off. First, it's just in bed, just being in bed, just powering ourselves up with the right thoughts and words. First thing in the morning. Those are our intentions. The next thing I want to add to intentions and imaginations, that's what's going on inside of my mind. Intentions and imaginations. The left brain is intending, the right brain is imagining. And then while this is going on, something is circulating all of it. There's oxygen coming through all of it and allowing it to happen. Oxygen is fueling it and allowing it to happen. Your brain is thinking and feeling, imagining, thinking and feeling, and the oxygen is supplying all of it. It's not judging it. It's saying, good on you, good on you. It loves it all. The oxygen just supports it. It's the conscious bit. It's the unity bit. You can have two different ideas, but you're just breathing together. You're not fighting over them. We got difference of opinion. That's okay. Everyone's going to have difference of opinion. You're going to have a difference of opinion with your mother, with your father, with your brother, with your sister, with somebody who lives across the entire world. Of course you are. You're never going to see eye to eye. You're never going to find anyone that's going to see everything eye to eye with you. And even if you do, you'd be bored of them in no time. So, different ideas. It's okay. We just need to breathe together. To realize that we all have different ideas. We're all the same. We all have different ideas. It's all okay. We just need to be present and intentional about where we want to go. Don't worry about where we've been, how we're all different. Let's not talk about what happened, who did this or who did that, who's right, who's wrong. Let's just talk about where do we want to go. We have to be intentional. We have to accept things as they are, give it a big hug. Okay, this is where we're at. But where do we want to go? We need to be intentional about where we're going. Quit fighting about where we've been or who's right or who's wrong. We can't win this way. We can't be affected by what's going on around us, the fighting, the disease. We can't worry about the problem, the fight. We can't be distracted by the outwardness of life, things of life. We can't build our life on a ground that's affected by what's going on all the time. We have to be built on a ground from within, an internal ground, a centered ground, a ground that's eternal. That is the breath. This is pranayama. Pranayama is a couple thousand years old, 2,500 years old. Now, in India, now, at this time, in the modern day, pranayama has always been here. Pranayama has been here for 35,000 years. People have always breathed. Breathing is what it is. It's called pranayama because of yoga, which is about 2,500 years old. But people were healthy before yoga. Health and wellness has always been here. So we're talking about ancient ideas. The ideas of science in modern day. You got to do this and you got to do that and you got to lift this and you got to lift that and you got to eat this and you got to eat that. You got to get that much protein and you got to get those vitamins and all of this stuff that we got to get and we got to have to be healthy. And we got to rip our bodies to break it down. That's what we're told by science, which is only 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years old. Maybe, not even. 50, 60, 70 years old. The modern day science of health and nutrition. Well, people have been doing health and nutrition for more than 50, 70 years. People have been healthier too. So don't be caught up in what you're hearing about in the mainstream ideas about nutrition and health and body fat and being lean and being healthy. Because that's the same story. Like there's a virus and there's good guys and bad guys out there. It's all the same stuff. If you keep taking the information from the outside, this is what's going to happen. We need to take our energy. We need to learn how to take an internal compass. We need to connect to our internal guide. We need to learn how to follow from within. We need to connect to the loving energy, the infinite energy that's within us. That's the energy. It's a decision. It's a choice. How do you want it to be? How do you want your life to be? It's an intention. How do you intend your day to be? How do you intend your career to be? How do you intend your finances to be? You got to think about it and imagine it and breathe. First thing in the morning, think about it, imagine it, and breathe. Be present, power yourself up. I'm starting off today with some breaths. Some breath work. I'm going to introduce you, first of all, to what I call the power breath. I'm going to be teaching 7 breaths in this program. Today I just want to get through 3 breaths if we can, and then we'll do a little bit of movement. The first breath we're going to talk about here is the power breath. Now, the power breath is really just taking some time to take in as much oxygen as possible. So I'm going to take charge. I'm going to take charge of my moment by changing the alkalinity within my physiology. Taking in as much oxygen as I can in a 2-minute period so that I change the pH, the balance within my body, by taking in so much oxygen, which has a negative charge. So I'm going to change the pH in my body. I'm going to breathe out as much carbon dioxide as I can, which has a positive charge. I'm going to breathe out as much of that as I can in a 2-minute period. So I'm going to oxygenate. I'm going to change my body's physiology on a scientific level, at the level of acid balance, by breathing for 2 minutes. So I'm going to start my 2-minute clock. It's going to give us a chime. And for 2 minutes, I just want us to collectively breathe. Come into the same moment, non-linear time, the same breaths together with the same intention. We're creating an awesome day. We all agree we want to have an awesome day. Those people that are committed to making themselves have an awesome day today. We're thinking and speaking about having an awesome day today. That's what we're intending. If you're interested, join in on this. You can send a message to me and join in on this power. We're going to take 2 minutes to work on breathing with this intention. We can do this breath work sitting, laying down, it doesn't matter. We're just going to sit and breathe as deeply as we can. Just breathing. Just taking oxygen into my body. Sitting, laying, sitting on a ball, sitting on a couch, sitting on a chair, wherever you're comfortable, feet flat on the ground, lying down, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. We're just hyper-oxygenating for 2 minutes. Ready? Nice full breaths. Fill your belly with the breath. Try to do a full expiration of your air. When you get to the end, really push out all of your air. Try to breathe in all of your air. Let's practice for another minute. As much oxygen in as you can, as much oxygen out. Full expiration of your air. 1 more minute to practice that. So there's a couple minutes just taking a power breath. I call that a power moment. Just collecting your deepest breaths of oxygen and your deepest release of carbon dioxide. And I mean, if you can add intentions on top of that, would be the next step, to be thinking not about what's going on. You can use the power breath whenever you've got something happen in your day that's pulling you out of your normal happy-go-lucky self. You can just shut your bedroom door, your office door. You can just do it before you go to bed, or first thing when you wake up in the morning. You can put everything aside and you can just take back power. No, I'm taking back charge. I am in charge. I am the power. I am the creator. And I'm creating something different. I'm choosing, I'm making a decision to create something different, and think about something different, imagine something different, take action, thought, word, and physical action, movement, physical action, nutritional action. That's an action, a physical action. Nutritional action, physical movement action, thought and word imagination action, words, say it to something, someone else, make myself accountable. That's accountability. When you speak out your power to somebody else, then it comes from a dream into a reality. You've got to make yourself accountable with it. Think it, imagine it, speak it out. Physical actions, movements, nutritional actions, physical actions, and non-action. Non-food action, non-thought action, non-feeling action. It's not only one, it's the other. It's both. It's always two. It's not just all the happy-go-lucky emotions and none of the dark, bad emotions. We can't have that. We can't stuff away a part of our life. It can't be that. It has to be both. It has to be two. We have to claim our power and decide which way we wish to go. It's not a right or wrong way. It's all choice. It's all choice. The power breath. Let's just do the next breath now I'm going to move to is a balancing breath. Now a balancing breath, I'm going to need a timer. I'm going to use a timer. I don't need a timer. I'm using a timer. Hopefully you can hear that. And with a balancing breath, I've got this at a 70 beats per minute. I'm just using a metronome. You can grab a metronome for free online. You can put an app on your phone. I'm just running a metronome sound here. I've got it at 70 beats per minute. That's just a timing that I like, but you can adjust your timing if you like. I've got it at 70 beats per minute. I like that breath pace. We can hear the metronome. It's got a 4 chime and then a little cue. Every 4th chime is a little cue. So what we're working with an 8 count. So we're balancing our breath. Sometimes during our day we get out of sorts because something's happened, and then we get into a shallow breathing or a breath holding. We're just giving you a breathing, a pranayama, an ancient natural moment, getting into the power of the moment method of healing yourself and taking control. A balancing breath is going to be 8 breaths in and 8 breaths out. An even in breath and an even out breath. 8 breaths in and 8 breaths out. So we're just going to practice for a couple of minutes the pace that's required, that we need to breathe at in order for the breath to come in slowly for an 8 count and then out slowly for an 8 count. So it just takes a little getting used to. All right, so we're going to practice this in breath and out breath for another 2 minutes, just balancing our breath for 2 minutes. We're going to notice maybe a change in our body temperature. We may notice a change in our energy. We may notice ourselves to be more alert. We may notice a feeling change in our bodies. Just watching our breath for 8 breaths in and 8 breaths out. Do your best there. So there's a balancing breath experience. Now we can be very intentional while we're breathing, while the oxygen is in circulating our brains, our left and right brains doing different thoughts and different jobs and different things. While we're thinking and feeling, we can be breathing. So we can think about our day. Think about having an awesome day. We can think about what an awesome day would be like. We could imagine an awesome day. We can imagine what it would feel like to have an awesome day today. To be in charge and control of our day. It would show us. It would help us to believe in ourselves a little bit more. Our value, our worth. We'd feel more worthy if we had control like that. Wouldn't that be empowering? To take control of your day today? How about we think about an awesome day while we work on our balancing breath here. Okay? So I want to add some thought and some imagination to our breath. But before I do that, I want to add a pause to our breath. So I'm going to breathe in for an 8 count. And then I'm going to pause and hold. And then I'm going to breathe out for an 8 count. Then I'm going to pause and hold. Breathe in for an 8 count. Pause and hold for 8. And then breathe out for an 8 count. Pause and hold for 8. Let's give that a try for a couple of minutes. Really work on that forced expiration, that you really try to expel all of your air. Completely release your air. Try an 8 count in, an 8 count hold, an 8 count release, and really push out all of your air fully. Full expiration of all of your air. Let's practice that just for 1 more minute. Excellent. So there's the first 3 breaths that I want to teach today. A power breath, a balancing breath, and a balancing breath with a hold, with a pause. I've also introduced to you some ideas that we could do while we're breathing is we could be intending certain things. We could be imagining certain things. While we are breathing, we could do that in bed. We could give love to ourselves that way. These are element keys of learning how to give self-love to ourselves, power ourselves up with our love. That's all I'm going to do with the breath today. An introduction to breath work. Emotion is movement and breath. So I want to get ourselves up from there, and I want to introduce ourselves to some movements now. Some movement and breath. Because humans are not just meant to sit and breathe. You know, that's where we begin. We rise and we begin with thoughts and words, intentions, right? We collect ourselves, we come into our energy, we get into our flow. But then after that, we're up and we're moving. We got to get around with our day. And we want to have pain-free motion in our day, which means we want to be able, nimble, quick, agile. We want to move our bodies. We want to stretch them out. We want to wake them up. When we get up out of bed in the morning, we're hunched over, we're flexed over. We want to get up. We want to extend our bodies. We want to open up our bodies. We want to bring our bodies to life for the day. That's extending ourselves. We want to extend ourselves. We want to bring ourselves to life for the day. So we're flexed over all night. If we want to wake ourselves up, we want to extend. This is exciting to the body. This is not what puts us to sleep. It is an extension that puts us to sleep. When we go to sleep, we want to roll down and flex over. So we want to wake up. We want to open up and make ourselves as big as we can. This sends a physical signal to the body. It's time to rise and get up and go. Extension does that. There's a physical response when the body is extended physically. There's a physical response. Just like when you throw a punch, your body knows that's an aggressive action. That's a fight or flight circumstance. That creates a certain energetic response inside of your body. The way that our bodies move affect the way that we think and feel. We want to be mobile. If we've got pain in our bodies, we want to be able to get that out. We want to be able to move our bodies and get rid of our pain. There's got to be mobility as a part of this program. Emotion is a mobility program. It's a stretching and a strengthening program. It's a breath work program to start. It starts with a foundation with breath. It starts with intention. And then from there it moves into movement. Right? It moves into movement. And I've got dynamic movements and I've got static movements. Here's a dynamic movement. We're just kicking out. We're just kicking out front kicks. I'm holding the ball over my head. I'm working on some front kicks. Okay, alternating front kicks. Kicking out my hamstrings. Lifting through my hips. I'm exciting my body. I'm waking myself up. I'm bringing myself to life with movement. That's triggering my nervous system. It's saying, hey, he's getting up, he's going. He's sending signals to his foot that he wants to move. The nervous system is getting exciting. It's getting signal after signal. The nervous system is coming to life because I'm sending signals to move. When I keep repetitively sending signals to lift my leg, my body says, hey, this guy's running, this guy's moving. Wake up. Send adrenaline. Send norepinephrine. Send growth hormone, send testosterone, hormone balancing, serotonin, please, more dopamine. Let's kick this up a bit. Let's get the oxygen going. Let's get the carbon dioxide going. Let's get the carbon dioxide out of the body. Let's start detoxifying. Let's start oxygenating. This is what the body's doing. This is what the body is saying. when you start making and taking actions like these. We're just stretching and strengthening the body. It's not about breaking the body down. There's nothing here that's going to break you down. It's about building you up gently and intentionally. Balance and strength. This is a program, a natural balance program. It's about balancing yourself in your life in a different way than you currently are. It's not there's a right or a wrong way. I'm not saying that. It's not about right or wrong. It's about change. It's whatever you're doing right now is giving you what you got. You've got to do something different. You've got to make physical differences. You need to make emotional differences. You need to make nutritional differences. You need to make thought and word action differences. Lots of things need to change in order for change to happen. Our next one, I'm standing on one leg. I'm balancing. Standing on one leg. I'm going to go 30 seconds hip abduction on one side. 30 seconds hip abduction on the other side. This is balance and stability. I'm working on my core muscles. I'm working on my glutes. Those are core stabilizing muscles. Warming them up. Balance and strength. Good. Nice deep breaths. Balancing, staying in your center. Balance causes you to stay focused within. Your core is your center. You've got to stay in your center. You've got to stay balanced. We've got to balance the left and right hemispheres of our brain. We've got to balance them. The thinking and the feeling. The thought stimulates the feeling. The thought, the masculine, stimulates the feminine feeling. The creative self. The feeling self. Our next one, we're going to drop that ball down. I'm going to go one side, then the other side. One side, then the other side. Working on your hips there. Working on your abduction. Moving and breathing. Off to one side. Off to the other side. Working on your hips. Working on your abduction. Warming up. Getting your heart pumping for the day. Thinking and speaking about what you want today. Waking ourselves up. Getting our bodies warmed up. Getting our bodies moving for the day. Dropping down on my ball here into an elbow plank. Holding myself in an elbow plank there. If that's enough work for you right there, awesome. If you like, you can add a little wiggle if you want to go a little more work. Bracing through your core muscles in your center there. Nice deep breaths. Awesome. Coming up from there, just working on a nice squat. Flexion of my spine, right up, extend. Just flexion and extension. Inhale, exhale. Let's combine movement and breath. As we extend our bodies, as we stand tall, as we make ourselves big, we breathe in. As we drop down, touch the ball down, we breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right down, right up. We're just combining. You're going to practice this one for another minute here. Keep practicing. We're just combining movement and breath here. Flexion, extension. Working through the thighs, working through the glutes, working through the hamstrings, working through the lower back. Getting the heart pumping here. And we're combining breath work with it. Just moving oxygen through the body, being conscious of it. Just, being aware, hey, look, I'm doing it. I have the power to exercise. I have the power to get up and do it. I can do it, and it's not bad, and I like it, and it feels good. And why can't I do that all the time? There's no reason why I can't do it. Everything we've done here, I can do. I have the power to create change. I am the creator. I can create change in my life if I want to change it. It's up to me. No one else has any power or control over me. I can take back the control from food or substance or career or money or material. I can take back the power in my life. I'm in charge. Awesome. Our next one, we're going to work on a balance. Look at this. Opposite arm and leg extend. Switching sides. Extend out your body. Nice deep breaths. Balance and strength. Awesome. Next one, I'll hold my ball over my head. I'll get my front foot flat on the floor, my back foot on the toe, and I'm just going to be working on my stationary lunges. Let's see. 10, 12, 15 stationary lunges. Twelve or 15 stationary lunges on one side, 10, 12, 15 stationary lunges on the other side. Back foot on the toe, balance and strength through the legs, front foot flat on the floor, working through a nice full range of motion as best you can. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Awesome. Let's finish it up. Our last couple today. Let's walk ourselves out onto that ball. And we're going to work on some tucks. If we can't do those tucks yet, if we can't walk out on the ball, we can just drop down and do our planks there. Just our planks on the floor. We could work on our mountain climber. And there we have it, boys and girls. A little introduction to emotion. Emotion is two things. It's breath work and it's movement. It's static movement, it's dynamic movement, it's strengthening and it's lengthening. It's stepping back into the energy that's within you. It's empowering yourself. It's empowering yourself with your own loving energy. We're going to do emotion again on Thursday morning, 7 to 8. Another introduction to emotion. I've got some more to share so you can understand more. We've got some other events going on today, actually. Today we've got Harry Madadine, Holistic Harry, coming on today, this afternoon, 2:30. And tomorrow, we've got Florence Sophia working on mindset, success mindset principles. That's going to be tomorrow evening. We're going to be back for emotion again on Thursday morning. Looking forward to having an awesome day. Looking forward to hearing your feedback about your day, hearing your accountability. Send me a message if you need any help with anything. The Melon Man, Coach John, in the gym today, wishing you a happy, healthy, awesome, terrific day.
Like a new setup.
You like it?
Yeah, man.
It's coming, eh?
Yes.
Yes. It's coming, man. It's coming together.
Yep.
Have yourself an awesome day, boys and girls. Thanks for watching. Later today, we got Harry Madadine coming up this afternoon, 2:30. Holistic Health with Harry Madadine. Hopefully we don't have any issues. I don't want to foresee anything with that, but he's coming from Portugal and we've been having some connectivity issues for the last 3 weeks. Hopefully that we can sort that out. Otherwise, if he's not on the line, then I will be going over some nutrition again, because I know we had some technology issues, some sound issues yesterday. So we'll make sure we clarify all the stuff about the nutrition again today. And awesome, Brian. I love it, man. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate that. I love that, brother. Let's go get them today, okay? And I will see everybody later on today. Blessings. Have yourself an awesome day, boys and girls. See you later.